Hi, I'm Maggie from Enlighten San Diego at the beautiful Satsang House. And I wanted to just talk about a little bit about some of the things that we do in Mindful Mondays. Mindful Mondays is a wonderful group class where we gather together and we have a little tea and get connected. And then we do a little 20-minute meditation. And then from there, we have a little Dharma talk and a great discussion. It's a wonderful morning. It's every Monday morning from 9 to 10:30 in the morning. And right now we're working on what Buddhists call the 6 paramitas. And the 6 paramitas, here, I'll just show you my little screen here so you can join in. The 6 paramitas are, in fact, the character for them in Chinese actually means crossing over to the other shore. So what really does that mean? Well, I mean, consider that most of us, we're maybe living in fear or anger or despair or suffering of some kind, or even just a yearning for something more. The idea of the paramita is that you use these tips, which we're going through each week, one at a time, as part of your ability to cross over to that other shore of peace and non-fear, and perhaps even a little bit more certainty, and from there, obviously, some freedom or liberation from whatever suffering that is. And some of us show up to the shore with a boat like this that's kind of had a better day and is not really about to go anywhere. It's dilapidated. Someone's even made a sandcastle in it. Others of us have our boat on the shore, but we're not interested in getting out, even though we see the beauty in the distance. And then still others, we're on the water, but we're still stuck on the shore. We're somehow still tethered to whatever it is we're not ready to let go of. And still others are also feeling like, okay, I can head out there, but I'm not sure. I still have a little bit of a trepidation. And then finally, maybe something helps us, and this is with the help of the 6 paramitas, helps us start to begin to take steps to cross over to that other side. So that's really what's called the paramita, because really, if we return to ourselves and we practice mindful breathing and we look at our suffering, or we look at what's stopping us in our lives, we can actually start to smile maybe and realize that every time you take a mindful step, you have a chance to go from that land of sorrow and trepidation and fear, perhaps, and anger and anxiety. That every time you take a mindful step, you have an opportunity to go to that place of joy, and then ultimately get to the other side. So the 6 paramitas are designed to help you get to that other side. It's sort of like, I live in California. How am I going to get to New York? Well, I have to take some kind of action. I either need to get on an airplane or a train or a bus or something to get myself there. So it takes something from me to get to where I want to go. And so this is where the 6 paramitas come into play, and the really beautiful practices. And the idea is that you could practice these every day. It's just little snippets of ways for you to put and instill mindfulness into your day-to-day. So the first one, I'll just give you an idea of what we did in one of our recent Mindful Mondays. And we started with the Dana Paramita, which is the first one. And it is the paramita of giving and offering, and the paramita of generosity. And there's a plant in Asia that they use. I don't know the name of it, but they use it in cooking. And it's in part of the onion family. And every time you cut off a piece of the plant, that piece that you cut off grows back within 24 hours. So I'm sure you all may have experienced the experience of volunteering your time. And you know that the feeling of after you volunteer is really wonderful. You feel really good about giving or giving back. Well, that's the practice of Dana Paramita. But how how can we do that? What ways can we do that? Well, we can offer our joy and our happiness and our love, but if we don't have that, then what are we going to do? So we need to cultivate that. The idea is that if you're already full of joy and happiness and peace and love, then obviously don't leave anything inside, give it away. But really, in this crazy day and age when we're all going at warp speed and our social media runs the show, or the nightly news, or whatever's going on in the world is distracting us from being in relationship with one another, one of the greatest gifts that we can give to one another is the gift of our true presence. And, that's a beautiful gift, because there's nothing like just being for someone else. So as a daily mindfulness practice, perhaps you could try to set your phone down for an hour when you're with your kids, or get everybody to go off technology for an hour every evening, just so you can reconnect. Create a game night or a family night, or something that does not involve everyone being either glued to a computer screen, a cell phone, or a television set, and reconnect. Offer your true presence. What else can you give? Well, you can offer your stability. And how do you offer stability? Well, to offer stability, you first have to feel stable. And one of the ways that you can begin to create stability in yourself is by the practice of meditation on a daily basis. And even if you can't find the time to create a meditation practice, then perhaps when you're walking somewhere, you can begin to walk mindfully, or you can start to do some breathing exercises that are more mindful, like where you count your breathing and count down and count up. That's another way to offer your stability. You can also offer your freedom. And what does that mean? Well, most of us are caught up in some kind of craving, or some kind of maybe jealousy or anger, or despair perhaps, or we overeat, or we binge watch Netflix, or we, like me, eat too much ice cream on occasion, or too much shopping, or whatever it is that has us striving and grasping. What we can do in this paramita is start to notice when we're feeling that we have some strivings and some cravings and things we really think we need or want for our happiness, and sort of identify that and ask ourselves, is that truly what's going to make me happier? Just look into the nature of whatever that is that you think you want, and ask yourself, is what I want for myself causing suffering in another? Or is what I'm wanting for myself just something I just want, just because I'm craving or grasping or striving? Do I really need that trip to the mall? Do I really need that extra bowl of ice cream, or the second episode of that Netflix series right now? So there's another thing we can offer, is our freedom to those around us. And then another thing is we can offer our freshness. Well, what in the heck does that look like? And freshness really is so easy to attain simply by stopping and noticing your breath. You could actually just breathe in and out 3 times. In fact, let's do that right now. Just take a deep breath in and hold it at the top for the count of 4, 3, 2, and 1, and release all the air out of your lungs, and hold it at the bottom of your exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1, and inhale again and hold it at the top for 4, 3, 2, 1, and exhale all the air out of your lungs to the very, very bottom, and hold it at the bottom for 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. If you do that just 3 simple times at any time during your day where you're feeling a little stuck or stagnated, or just like you need some kind of a refresh, this is a beautiful way and an easy way to just create freshness where you might feel a little stagnated. The other thing we can offer is our peace. And really, we can offer our peace also by meditating, of course, but simply during the day, if we just breathe in and see ourselves as still water, and breathe out and accept things the way they are, and just sort of repeat that a few times, we can bring our peace to anyone doing that. It just reminds us to tap back in to this as a practice. And these are ways in which you can get to the other shore, practicing these mindful tips. Another one is we can give each other our space. And what really does that mean? Well, if somebody's agitated or in a bad mood or obviously doesn't want to be around other people, we can just lay off and not push and just give them their room to just regroup. I sort of liken it like a big vase of crowded flowers. And that if all those flowers are crowded into a vase, it's really difficult for them to open up and express themselves in their true glory as a beautiful flower if they don't have room to move. So we can offer each other space, and understanding is the final one. When you offer your understanding, the person that is suffering will stop suffering right away. If you just reach out and offer understanding. And if you practice giving, anytime you practice giving, you're actually helping yourself move to the other shore very quickly. And we always get what we offer. So this is that practice, is that the practice of the Dana Paramita, of giving, of offering, of generosity, is the first of the Dana Paramitas. Not first meaning in a linear sense, because all 6 paramitas interrelate and inter-are. They work together. And as we move through this process in Mindful Mondays, or even this way is fine too, you'll start to see how they interrelate and how they inter-are. So it's not a linear thing like 1 through 6. It's all 6 of them together, operating together. So these are just simple practices to help you, whether you give your presence or your stability or your freshness or freedom or your understanding. These gifts really can be a miracle to others, but also to yourself. And so the first petal of the paramitas is the Dana Paramita, the practice of giving. But the Dana Paramita is actually also just the practice of love. So the idea is that we can perhaps employ some of these ideas in the practice of giving in the Dana Paramita, to start to notice that in the giving and in the loving and in the understanding and the stability and the freshness and all of that, we in turn are receiving just miracles and miracles if we make some of these habits a practice. So this is just the first one. And this is the kind of thing that we do in Mindful Mondays. And when we're done with the 6 paramitas, we'll take on another topic and we'll begin Dharma Talks on Mindful Mondays like this. Everyone has a wonderful chance to share and add and give their opinion and discuss each one of the topics that we have in our Mindful Mondays group. And you can come every Monday, or you can come whenever you're available on a Monday. And this is one of our signature courses, and it's quite popular. And we have a nice group on Monday mornings. We may even expand into later in Monday or Monday evenings for more people to be able to attend. But come when you can. Feel free to bring a friend, and you're always welcome. Dress cozy. No worries here. Just dress cozy and comfy. And please feel free to click on the link and just put yourself on the list of folks that are coming, or give me a call at 858-248-0488 if you have any questions or if I can help you in any other way. And we look forward to meeting you at Satsang House very soon. Take care.